Hey, good afternoon, class. So today we just have about an half an hour class. Okay, it's just for grammar. There will be a short one. So basically today we're going to focus on one grammar aspect, which is the use of would rather or had better or should or ought to. Okay. So when we use all this, the reason we have to use it in the correct context. Okay, let's start with the first one. What is the usage of would rather? Okay, would is the past tense form. We just say the past form of will, but here it doesn't matter whether it's a past or present. The would here is more polite. You don't say it shouldn't. I mean, for example, you don't say I will like that. For example, people ask you, do you want to go to the movie? Go to the movie means go to the cinema to watch movies. So you say, usually in a very informal way, you would say, I would love to. But sometimes in a more polite way, especially in Cambridge English, in a more polite way, you would say I would love to instead of saying I will like love to. Okay, instead of saying I will love to, you can say I would love you. Why we emphasize the usage of would versus will, although these two words have the same meaning, is because would be more polite. Polite means lebih kenyolima, lebih macam lebih hormat lah. Okay, but when we come to would rather, it has a different meaning. These two words, it has one meaning， 就是说你宁可或者是你更喜欢，它的这个意思就是说你宁可或者是更喜欢。Okay, maksud dalam BM ialah kamu lebih ingin ataupun kamu lebih suka. For example, I would rather go to school than studying online. Means ni宁可 kamu lebih ingin go to school, okay, more than you studying online. So would rather, although it's a TH, is the pronunciation is a D. You visualize it yourself lah, huh? So would rather means lebih ingin, okay, atau lebih suka, 更喜欢宁可的意思, okay. So but you have to remember, whenever you use would rather, okay, I would rather, okay, if there is a verb after that, for example go, it must be in original form. Why must it be in original form? Because after would, it must be in original form. You just remember can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, must. These 9 words. I repeat one more time. Okay, maybe I write it down, it's easier. Okay, can, could, shall, should. Okay, you can write down on your exercise book if you want. You can pause the video. I count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can, could, shall, should. And then after the next one is will, would, may, might. And the last one, must. And after 2. After all of these words, just now the can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, must, and 2. After all of this, if there is a verb after that, it must be in original form. I repeat, after can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, must, 2. If there is a verb, I repeat, is a verb, kata kerja, 动词, that verb must be in original form. Okay? So, let me just erase all of this first. Okay, so would rather. When you say I would rather, saya lebih ingin, 我宁可. I would rather go. It must be, the verb must be original form. What do I mean by original form? Means there is no ing, there is no ed or d. Maybe got no s at all. Because no s, no ing, no ed. Because after would, after can, could, shall, should, will, would, the verb after that must be original form. Okay. So 当你讲我宁可 apabila kamu cakap kamu lebih ingin atau lebih suka, you say would rather. But if you say 我宁可不要 saya tak suka ataupun saya tak seberapa suka, I would rather. If tak 不要的话 change to negative form, had to add a not. I would rather not. I would rather not. Okay, but if you want to change to contraction, how to change for contraction? What is the meaning of contraction? Tuan say kasih pendekkan dia. Okay, for example, instead of saying I would rather, you can say I. Okay, would, we shorten it, become what? Throw away apostrophe at D, and then just the one on it already, because this one shortened to this one already, apostrophe D and then rather. If negative meaning, we just put not. So how to pronounce it? I'd, there's a t sound behind. I'd rather not, but you don't emphasize it lah, huh? I rather not. Usually it's very fast slip one. I'd rather not. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the example given here. Enlarge it a bit. I would rather pay in cash than daripada. I don't know what is it in Chinese daripada. Then use my credit card. 就是说他更宁可用 cash 现金多过用credit card. Dia lebih ingin bayar menggunakan wang tunai daripada guna credit card. That is the usage of would rather. The next one. Let me just small. I'd rather, okay, this is the one shortened form of it. I'd rather not go shopping with you. Okay, you see the pay and the go here is original form. You see, there is no ing, there is no s, there is no ed or d. Okay, I'd rather not go shopping with you this Saturday, if that's okay. Okay, so if positive, just would rather. If negative meaning, behind add a not, not, and then remember the verb after that must be in original form. Continue the second one, had better. What is the meaning of had better? 你最好是kamu baik, kamu lebih baik kamu buat begini itu nada dia. 他的那个语气是这样子，你最好这样子做， kamu lebih baik buat begini, itu nada dia. 这个就是他的语气。 Okay, so had better means lebih baik buat begini, 最好这样子做。 Let's continue again as usual. Usually after had sorry, after had, have and has, the verb after that must be in participle form, correct or not? But this is a special case. This is a special case. What do I mean by special case? Okay, you see, we had, okay, better go, we're going to be late for the film. Okay, you see. Just remember, after had, only can use for had. You cannot use it for have and has. Only can use for had, cannot use have and has for this rule. Had better, after these two words, if it's a verb, then the verb must be in original form. The verb must be in original form. So had better go. Okay? Or if I want to change to negative form, where do I say? Saya lebih baik saya buat begini. 我最好这样子做. Ataupun kamu lebih baik buat begini. 你最好这样子做. You had better, okay? Kamu lebih baik jangan buat begini. 你最好不要这样子做. You had better, negative add a not, and then after that, then only you add your verb, go. Again, I repeat, why go have to be original form? Because after had better, the verb after that must be original. Don't ask me why. It's a special case. If positive, just had better go. If negative meaning, after had better plus not, then after that, then only the verb. And the verb, I emphasize for the last time, must be in original form. Okay, let's look at the examples given here. Okay, if you before we look again, if you want to shorten it, for example, you had better go. But if you don't want to use had, too long already, so you just change to apostrophe D. Same with the previous one, right? Same. But for a person who is proficient in English, they know the difference. Okay, you guys have to train yourself to know the difference. Okay. So if you want to change it to shorten, apostrophe D, same like the first one also. How to know the difference? The more you are proficient in English, you will know the difference. Itu yang ada faham. Kamu mesti faham, kamu mesti tahu perbezaannya kalau kamu fasih dalam PI. Okay, let's look at the example. We'd better go. So means it shorten it. So if I take it out, is we had better go now. 我们最好现在做，kita lebih baik pergi sekarang. We're going to be late for the film, or you had better not spend. 你最好不要，kamu lebih baik jangan spend all your money on computer games. Your parents will get angry. Okay, you may ask, teacher, I don't know when to put I don't know when to change this one. I don't want to change to this one. For this one, would rather had better. Can I just put you had better? Or I would rather. Can I do that, teacher? Yes, you can. Even as you speak also, yes, you can. If you feel that it's very confusing to do this one, you just make it full. Don't need to make it shorten. Don't shorten it. Understand or not? Just follow the long version if you are not confident. Okay, but if you're confident, you can use this form. Okay, people only usually use this form when they are speaking. But when they are writing, they don't use this one. When they are writing an essay or informal letter or email, they don't use this one. They use this one. Okay? They use the longer version. And the last one is very easy. Okay? The last one is should or ought to. These two, should and the synonym for it is ought to. Okay, 两个都是一样的意思 dua-dua pun maksudnya sama. Maksudnya seharusnya. 它的意思就是一个而已，就是应该。你可以换来换去用, kamu boleh tukar-tukar guna dia. Tak semestinya mesti guna habis di benda yang ini. Okay, you can use should or you can use ought to. Okay, either one. Okay, so what's the meaning of should and ought to again? Seharusnya. One you have to remember. If you want to use should and ought to, the verb after that must, remember just now I say, after can, could, shall, should, the verb after that must be original form. Again, just now also I also say, after can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, must, and to, the verb after that must be original. So you just have to remember, after should or after ought to, if there is the verb must be in original form. Okay, this one is easy. Okay, if you want to change into negative form means should not go. I write it properly. If you want to change it into negative form, it should be should not go. Okay, or if you want to use ought to, ought, it cannot be to, it must be ought not to go. Before the to, you have to add the not in the middle. If you want the meaning to be negative, and then after that, after to, the verb must be in original form. After not, the verb must be in original form because it's influenced by should. This one is influenced by to. Okay, let's look at the examples given over there on your textbook. Oh, this is page 41. Okay, if you don't know, too late already. I thought so long already. You guys should know. Okay, now let's look at the first example. You should buy or you ought to buy this jumper. It's a great bargain in studio. Or you say, if you want to change to, you want to shorten the should not. If should, you cannot shorten. Should go, the should cannot shorten. But if you want negative form, can shorten. Only should not can shorten. Shorten to what? Shorten to apostrophe n. Okay, I write shorten to ought to cannot shorten. Ought to cannot shorten. After should, you put an n apostrophe t. N apostrophe t. So 你粘它那个 o 丢掉换成一个 apostrophe. Kamu lekatkan dia n dengan t yang o tu kamu tukar kepada apostrophe. Okay? If you don't know, just write should not. Okay? Okay, so you should not or you ought not to take your sister's things without asking. So your homework today, this one, all of these questions, you need to answer on Google Form. Okay, so as usual, once you have answered these questions all on Google Form, and then only I will consider you as present today. Okay, that is all for today's grammar. I'll see you in tomorrow's class. Not see lah, but yeah, not literally, but you guys get it. Thank you, class. Bye.